One Piece Chapter 1173, A Generation of Warriors, is about Elbaph's retaliation against the celestial intruders. It gives us insight into Brook and Gunko's relationship in the past, Zoro's plan against the Domi reverse Dorry and Brogy, and the warrior giant's confrontation with St Sommers. In the last chapter, Jarul had given an inspiring speech to the Elbaph citizens about them not backing down to the government and protecting the peace that Herald had envisioned. In the end, Hajuden's group reached Dorry and Brogy, and Zoro said that he had a plan to take them out. This chapter begins right after this moment, with Zoro asking for permission from Hajuden to take down the Domi reverse giants. Even though they are controlled by Imu, they still look like their former self, aside from, the white eyes and the demonic teeth. But Hajuden and Stanson give Zoro the okay, so he leaps off their shoulder and uses the three-sword style technique, 6 paths crossing, and slices 4 of the giants all at once. And you can just see the haki oozing out of his swords after this. He then quickly hops on top of Dorry and Brogy's head and cocks back his double swords to attack them. But something strange happens. The 2 giants attack each other, confusing Zoro and the onlooking Jarul. Now, first of all, it's great to see Zoro back in action again fighting, and I hope to see him actually go up against one of these god knights on Elbaph. But the way the paneling was done for this page, when he goes up to attack Dorry and Brogy, is a little weird. It was hard to follow what actually happened, but essentially, Zoro was using his double swords to reposition himself above Dorry and Brogy, and he was just shocked when they attacked each other, causing them to bleed even. And even after this attack, I don't think this is the end for these two, because of how quick they actually heal. Zoro will have to go deep in his hockey bag to take these 2 out, so maybe he ends up only having this fight for this arc. We will see. Hopefully he doesn't stay here fighting these 2 for long, because I want to see him fight other guys too. But in the next page, we see that Brook has caught up to Gunko, and he calls her out by her real name, Shuri. Princess Shuri, to be exact. Gunko looks at him, and Brook tells her how much she reminds him of Princess Shuri from his time, even though it couldn't have possibly been her because of how long ago it was. If she were still alive, then she would be 80 years old, so Brook thinks she's a relative of the princess. But even if it was her, he thinks she wouldn't recognize him because he has no distinguishable features after coming back from life. He's just a skeleton. Another thing Brook remembers is that she was also from the Holy Land. So whoever this Princess Shuri was, she was a Celestial. Which brings up a good question. How did they meet many decades ago? No ordinary citizen gets to interact with a Celestial like that, much less have a relationship like this. I'm thinking she was there for one of his song concerts in the past, and that's how they got to know one another, but her being from the Holy Land surely changes this. Anyway, Brook says he never wanted to think about her ever again because she was a father-killing princess and her dad was someone who Brook owed everything to. And just the thought of this brings back Gunko's memories of her past life before being marked with the Abyss Covenant. Imu realizes this, so they frighteningly ask her if those memories are coming back. In this brief moment, Gunko awakens her memories. She pushes Brook away from freeing him and tells him to run, which angers Imu, and they punish her. Brook doesn't understand why she freed him and says that he's come back to finish what was started. He asks her who exactly she is. By this point, Imu has regained control of her and attacks Brook with her trident. This is a very intriguing interaction because Gunko, even being branded with the Abyss Covenant, can recall her past. With Brook triggering it, I wonder if the same can be done for the others, and if their memories are also hidden deep underneath, or does it only work on her because she's the youngest god knight of them all. Back at the branch route, we see that Usopp's group is free of Gunko's arrows, and he gloats, saying that his mental powers did that. But because Robin was restrained using Summer's thorns, she has to be forcibly freed by Nami, and around that time is when Sanji reunites with their group. In the next page, we see Summer sitting near the Western Village port where the God Knight's ship is docked. He laughs at the kids marching towards him in a single file line. Him and his God Knight's friend's plan is close to being completed. Only a few more steps and they can get out of Elbaph. But Coblin won't stand there quietly as he marches on to his kidnapper's ship. He lets Summers know that he will regret ever attacking Elbaph, as Elbaph is really strong. Oda here is using Colin as one of his next generation of warriors, showing how strong his spirit is in times of distress. Elbaph's history is that of warriors, and even with Herald's pacifistic principles being instilled, the citizens of Elbaph always had that warrior spirit inside them, and now it's being renewed with the arrival of a great foe like Imu. And Summers knows this, of course, which is why he wants the kids in the first place, to kidnap them and use them as hostages, coercing the Elbaph giants into doing Imu's bidding. Colin bravely challenges Summers into a duel, but he just laughs it off and tells the kids to take a good look at Elbaph because it'll be the last time they'll ever see their homeland. It is funny how Scopper and his son are both seen confronting St. Sommers. He must be feeling some type of way for seeing Scopper's son being one of the abducted, especially since Sommers and Scopper have fought in the past. But then we see him relay to Emu and Killingham that his job is almost done and he would like to leave the island as soon as possible. And that's when the parent giants reach the port with Ripley and Olmo leading the charge. And we see the nightmare demon Nika, or Sleep Tid, follow them all the way to the port and attack the giants. But the mama giants scoff at the pathetic recreation of Nika and counterattack the Sleep Tid, doing minimal damage however. Luckily for them, Goldberg and Gerda are nearby and witness the fake Nika attacking them, which leads them to use their special attack along with Road, triple Gokoku sovereignty, absolutely obliterating the fake Nika and blowing him towards St. Sommers' way. Sommers, not wanting to get flattened by Killingham's creation, clubs the giant Nika away, but to his dismay, it lands directly on their getaway ship, ruining the plan of the God Knights to kidnap kids. And that's how the chapter ends. Sommers, having no regard for his surroundings, means that now the kids can't be transported to the Holy Land using their ship. I'm guessing they'll try to use one of the giant ship now, but it has to be big enough to hold all the giant kids and the God Knights, so there aren't a lot of them just laying around. Now, it was very silly of Sommers to hit the giant Nika right in the area of the ship, but I guess Oda had to create some kind of distraction as the kids were so close to the shore. I mean, this buys time for the monster trio to get there and take out Sommers, but it is a little silly how they got there. I think the best part of this chapter, however, was Zoro flexing his muscles against the demon giants. Personally, being a big Zoro fan, I'm always down for more Zoro characterization, or feats like this. What was most intriguing, however, was Gunko's past, and us finding out that her real name is, or was, Shuri. I can definitely see this leading to a point where Gunko is freed from Emu's control, getting her memories back. Either that, or she helps the Straw Hats in some way and gets killed in the process by Emu. I think one of those options is very likely, because why else would we see Gunko specifically remember her past? I think she has a very special role here in the near future. But anyways guys, that was the chapter. What'd you think? Did you like it? Did you not? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.